What's up, my dudes? Today we're going to talk about Roth conversions, my thoughts, concerns, and strategies. And remember, this is not financial advice, this is my thoughts and strategies for me. Tax preparers and retirement planners love to say that you are going to be in a lower tax bracket when you retire. And they're right. The tax bracket I want to be in when I retire is the 0% tax bracket. And I want to get all of my money into a Roth for a lot of reasons. First, when my money is in a Roth, I can get to it with a looser set of restrictions. The second is complete control. There are no required minimum distributions from a Roth. Third is the money in a Roth account is 100% mine. Money in a traditional account is exposed to whatever taxes happen to be at the time. They can raise taxes whenever they want, and that affects the money in your 401k or traditional IRA. But in order to get to the money in your Roth IRA, they have to get by what I like to call the rich wall of defense. Wealthy people have their money in Roth IRAs, and that's sort of like having the 1993 Chicago Bulls as your permanent basketball team. I like the idea of very wealthy people with a vested interest in helping me keep all of my money. I am watching for market downturns for my conversions. I like the idea of using a lower price point to convert more shares. I am going to hold off on making the full contributions and instead use that money to pay the taxes that the conversion will create. In my mind, it is better to keep as much of the money tax advantaged as possible, and converting 100% is much better than converting 80% or contributing 20%. I am also planning on my own psychology. I am focusing on dividend-paying stocks because cash flow reduces the possibility that I will need to liquidate something in my Roth. Whereas everything in traditional IRA eventually does need to be liquidated and pulled out. Delay paying your taxes. And seriously, why? I like my roads paved, I like my soldiers paid, I like my police force funded. I mean, paying your taxes is patriotic. I want to pay my taxes when they're low. Do you want to know how I know this is the lowest they're ever going to be? $39 trillion and only 3 choices: raise taxes, reduce spending, or make new revenue streams. And my bet is raising taxes. And Social Security. A portion of your Social Security is taxable if you are able to prepare for retirement. How does that even make sense? Here is a check, now you write me one back. That sounds like a scam, bro! So my goal is to expose none of my Social Security to taxes. Medicare. If you make over a certain amount of money, you have to pay the IRMA surcharge, which has the added benefit of forcing you to pull down more money, which has the added benefit of possibly pushing you in to pay more of the IRMA surcharge. The surcharge is calculated by looking 2 years back. So I want to convert as much as my money if possible by the time I turn 62 because I was born mid-year and the IRMA surcharges are calculated looking 2 years back. I really don't want to be in a position where a simple math error can cost me hundreds of dollars a month for 2 years. Finally, when I die, I want to have something to pass along. And doing it in a Roth means they don't have to deal with my loss and deal with planning tax strategies at the same time. Basically, my viewpoint is this: I can leave my money in a traditional IRA, lose sleep and just hope things work out, or I can convert to a Roth IRA, get a good night's sleep, and watch the government work to try and get my money. I am not telling you what to do. I am telling you what I am doing and will continue to do. You have a good one, and I'll see you next week.